So over here we're in the season of winter, and it's got us thinking about what particular problems people might experience in winter, managing your stoma or how you store your equipment. One thing that I was thinking about is perhaps because you have the heating on a lot more in your home, maybe think about where you store your equipment, because if you have it in a wardrobe that's close to a radiator and there's a lot more heat coming into your supply of stoma equipment, it might have a drying effect on the adhesive if you have taken them out of the box and perhaps they're sitting loose. And also that it might, if you have seals or sprays and things like that, so just maybe think about moving your equipment into a cooler area. Your supplies really should be stored in a cool, dry area, not beside a radiator. So it's something to think about in this season of winter. Also thinking about the winter has a really drying effect on your skin as a whole, and there is a potential that it would cause your skin around your stoma to be a lot drier than normal. Perhaps you might need to think about using a protective wipe or ensuring that there's a bit of moisturising lotion within your adhesive remover spray, something like that that's just going to keep your skin in much better condition. You might find that actually you might need to warm up your pouch if your house is particularly cold. Some pouches react better whenever they're warmed. Maybe put it in your pocket, put it under your arm before you're starting to think about changing your pouch, just to actually warm up the adhesive a little bit, particularly if your house is very cold. Also thinking about the output on whenever it's coming out from your stoma into your pouch, and maybe thinking about your ostomy, people with a urostomy in this instance. Is the urine cold? Is it colder whenever the weather is colder outside and this cold urine sitting beside your skin? Would a pouch cover help in that instance? And then obviously we have to wrap up warm and we have a lot more layers on. Does that cause you problems whenever you have a lot more layers? Does it cause a risk to you? Does it perhaps lead to a leak that if you don't identify, because you've so many layers on your of clothing, and that you don't identify that maybe that your pouch has filled up more often? So maybe just being a little bit more vigilant, ensuring that you're aware of the clothing that you're putting on, and that it's not just so restrictive around the stoma pouch, just to prevent any problems from happening. It's also really important to keep an eye on your weather forecast. And if, for instance, you order your supplies on a monthly basis or every 2 weeks basis, and there's snow forecast and there is a risk that potentially maybe a delivery driver can't get to your house, or the supplies won't come to your pharmacy in time, maybe be prepared. Have a look at what you need, and if there is a risk of bad weather coming, order plenty of supplies in advance so that you aren't panicking if the snow does come and that you are really tight for supplies, because that just adds to your stress levels as well.